Hey everybody, welcome back to Land Yacht Garage. In today's video, not the regular video, but it's still going to be a video, I got this tow dolly for free. So, my neighbor borrowed it from somebody 3 years ago, I think it was. And he went to load on a 24 valve Cummins onto it, and it kind of broke in half. He borrowed it from somebody he knew. He sent the guy a text and, hey, the tow dolly broke in half. And the guy just never responded again. So it was sitting for 3 years by my neighbor's house, and now it's mine. So, yeah, here it is. You know, not really much to see here. It's a tow dolly. All the light wiring is here and stuff. It just needs one light, which actually I think I have one for that. I gotta clean it up. I'm gonna paint it and everything. My neighbor that I got it from is actually a certified welder. So he's gonna exchange one of the plows down there to weld the axle in this where it broke. You can see how kicked out this wheel is. And that is because, well, it's slightly compromised. So my neighbor's gonna weld that up. So, but my goal is I got to cut these welds off and replace this since it snapped off. You can get a new one for like 17 bucks. No big deal. I'm gonna paint it up. Probably gonna repack all the wheel bearings and stuff. And then I will have my own tow dolly so I don't have to be paying tow bills, because I have spent, in the last 2 months, I've spent over $500 on tow bills. And before that, last year, I spent about over $1,000. So this will be a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing pulled over to my hose. I'm going to wash it off, and then I'm going to have to move my truck so I can get this inside. Well, just washed it. The more I wash it, the more red paint that comes off, and I am sick of it, so I'm just going to strip it with a wire brush or something. But I'm curious to see if the light I have will work. Can't remember where it is. Might be in this drawer. Yep, right there. I bought this for another project, and this light was like 80 bucks. Yep. That will work. Nice. Been carrying it around for like 3 years. Well, got my truck moved. First thing in this whole thing that pissed me off is this windshield leaks, or, well, I shouldn't say the windshield. Could be the windshield. But something's leaking and it's letting water in. So I got in it, and you know these seats I just put in? They got mold on them, which it wipes right off, but still, pissing me off. Floor's soaked. And then I pulled it forward with the Bronco, and the fucking Bronco's stuck. So it went over a rock, but now it can't come back over the rock. So I dug myself in a little hole here. Definitely not right on the edge of the road, and yeah. So, yeah. So this is just gonna sit here for a little while until my grandfather gets out of work, and then we'll get the Ranger and tow it back. So yeah, yeah, it went right over it. Can't come back over it, and it can't go over that one. This fucking truck is useless. I swear, this thing will get stuck on literally nothing. I don't get it. The rear end's locked. The front end isn't locked, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, it can just sit here for a little while. Yep. And if the cops come, I'll tell them to go fuck themselves. Because that's in the mood I'm in. Swept a little bit out of the road. So, now I can get the tow dolly in my shelter. So out here the next day, I got this pretty much all cleaned up. I just gotta wipe it off and everything. But our choice of paint today is gonna be not the yellow, not the tractor paint color of my truck. I think that's what that is. Just regular gloss black tractor paint. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this stirred up, and start painting. I got a paintbrush around here somewhere. I'm just gonna start painting. So I started to do a little bit of painting. Doesn't look bad. So yeah, I just did this a little bit. My plan is to like finish the top. I had to pull the plastic fenders off. I'm not sure if I'm painting those yet. They are pretty shitty. So, and then when my neighbor comes up to weld the axle, I'm just gonna flop it upside down, have him weld it. I'm gonna paint the whole underside, and then I got to grind off all these welds and then get a new coupler. But on other news, the Bullnose is getting a locker right now. Well, it's getting the rear end welded. My neighbor's coming up now. Well, in a little while when he gets out of work, and he's gonna weld up those spider gears. And then we're going to the drag strip tonight. So yeah, no more one wheel peel. Okay, out here the next day. Back to work on the tow dolly, obviously. Last night we took the Bullnose to the drag strip, and the quickest we got it was a 14.0, and that truck's ran 13.8 before, so I don't know. But it's, and it was a consistent 13-second truck, and now we made 3 passes, could not get it back in the 13s, and now that it's making more power, traction's the problem. So I think the winter content is going to be on this truck, because right now it's really not purpose built. I'll get more into that in a video on it, but I think I gotta find a 2-wheel drive parts truck, F-150, rip out all the, and then I have a Ford 9-inch, a 3/4 drop, F-150 leaf springs, rip out all the suspension, convert it to an F-150, 3/4 drop, Ford 9-inch, get rid of the transfer case, and either bring the transmission to a transmission shop and have them change the output shaft for a 2-wheel drive, tail housing, or a gear bender's overdrive would be nice. So, and then obviously get better. Obviously, these are 8 lug wheels. Swap them over to 5 lug, and yeah. So that might be winter content, because right now it's not very purpose built. The goal would be to be 12-second drag truck and a street truck, which right now it's none of that. So I'm just gonna continue painting on this dolly. I'm gonna try to get it done now that it's been a couple of days for everything to dry out. I'm gonna try to get it done, and then I gotta take the fenders off, I gotta take the wheels off, repack the bearings, and all of that stuff. So, see you guys when I make progress. Well, that's looking a little better. So, obviously I haven't done the underneath or anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and then I gotta get the lights working and pull these fenders off, pull the wheels so I can paint everything around the fenders and wheels, repack the wheel bearings, free up these ratchets because this thing sat for like 3 years just down at my neighbor's house. So, and then I have to get the axle welded, which I don't think that will be in this video. because my neighbor's pretty busy. So, yeah. And as for the Bronco, I don't think there's gonna be much videos on that. Let me show you why. So the thing is literally falling apart. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. So I put these 4x4s between the body and the frame. That side's doing good. This side just bends the floor. Which this is not what's meant is fucking with me. It's back here. So I assumed that, yeah, this is bad. So I just shut that door. The whole rear body's moving. This was not like that the other day. This body is literally cracking. And, well, the rotted rear mounts, both sides, are out. This one, not doing a whole lot. Same with the other side. You can see the little between the light. These are doing good for now, but that's these two, well, technically these four, if these are doing anything, is the only thing that is holding this body on the frame right now. The whole body is twisting. Like this rear support's gone, which I'm not sure if I can find those aftermarket or not. And then like, kind of hard to see, but I'm moving this whole quarter. And then this side is bent down so far. If I pick up right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It's moving the whole roof and everything. You can see where it's kinked here, starting to crack up there. This whole thing's kinked. I'm not even sure if this door will open. Oh yeah. So I'm not sure if I can just jerry rig something together just enough to get it sold, because I was gonna restore it, but I think it's a little too far gone for me. I really like it, but financially, I do not want another restoration project. So, yeah. I will see you guys when I make more progress on the tow dolly. Sorry that I took a little bit out of the video to talk about the Bronco. So, yeah. And now it is 2 days in the future. Well, really haven't done a whole bunch, but I gotta get this thing pretty much wrapped up today, so my truck can come back in. So maybe I can get a video done on it next. So, wired in the lights, they didn't work. I don't care. I'm just gonna get the magnetic DOT lights. Just put them on whatever vehicle I'm towing. And then I went to take the fenders off because I had to take those off to paint everywhere, and you know, when I go ahead and flip it upside down and stuff. So I went to take those off, and they were studs, and every single one of them except for one snapped. So fenders aren't going back on. So I'm just gonna cut it right there, get rid of it. And yeah, I freed up these ratchets, and oh yeah, so I use this Magic tractor paint. Let me know if you guys have had any similar problems. So I have sprayed 4 things with it. I've sprayed that truck, I have sprayed that frame, and I've sprayed the engine bay in my Cadillac, and I'm pretty sure there was one other thing. I can't remember. And I've never had a problem. And then I brush painted the underside of that cab, and it all like gator skinned really bad. And then I brush painted this tow dolly. and it gator skinned really bad. But all the painted stuff I've done with it, I've never had a problem. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. If it's because I've only brush painted that black paint. It's been the same gallon. So it might be just that gallon of paint, I think, because I sprayed that gallon in the engine bay of my Cadillac and it was fine up until the day that I sold it for 4 months. And then I brush painted the underside of the cab, it gator skinned. Brush painted this, it gator skinned. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, and I didn't lay it on extremely thick. I mean, I gave it a generous coating, but it's not like super thick. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. So next steps, I think I'm gonna chop it off, get rid of it. Okay guys, so I got completely distracted and I'm onto a whole nother project. So there won't be a video on this. But right now I'm just working on cleaning up the small block from my truck. Pretty much got it all cleaned up. I was gonna brush paint it with tractor paint, but I'm not gonna go that route. I'm just gonna get rattle cans, yellow engine paint, and spray it. Fuck brush painting it. That's just way too much. And I think I'm just gonna go and get some silver. I have some brackets washing now. I think I'm just gonna get silver and just do the water pump and all that stuff. So, my truck's back in. This is all just mocked together. Obviously, the radiator support mounts are rotted, and got a new cowl panel on there. The old one was bent. I'm gonna have me some fun tonight. Yep. So let me show you guys the finished product on the tow dolly. Cleaning up inner fenders. Hopefully the motor will be in. Well, I gotta get the motor mounts off the other frame and stuff, so I'm not sure. Maybe by the end of the week. I do have a couple of leads on a fuel rail. I posted on the OBS group page on Facebook, and I've had a lot of responses on fuel rails. So yeah, here it is. I just have to weld up the axle and get a new coupler, and she'll be good to go. And now I got to get wheel straps. But this is good for now. Looks better than it was. It's way closer to being done. Like I said, that axle. Bronco is currently hiding right now. Trying to sell it. And the guy that I traded for is being a major douche. Yeah, so the guy that got the Cadillac and I got the Bronco, he's being a fuckhead. So, it's currently in hiding for a couple of days. He's just a complete asshole. I'm not going to get into details or anything, but he's just a complete dickhead. And he definitely fucked me over. And he's trying to get the rear end out of it. And I said, dude, the rear end is literally welded in that truck. You're not getting the rear end. And that rear end is welded in. The lift blocks are welded to the axle. And the axle and then the lift blocks are also welded to the leaf springs. You're not going to hack my truck apart. But I'm not going to get into it any further. And yeah. So that will do it for this video. If I had to guess, the next video is going to be on this right here. Probably putting the motor in. Once I get the motor all cleaned up and stuff, then I will record putting the motor in and everything. And that's going to go down to my neighbor's house, have the radiator supports welded, and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay guys, I am editing this video right now, and I know that this whole video was all over the place, and I apologize for that. I'm working on a video right now. stay tuned for that one. I'm not sure if I'll have it done in time. You guys next week might see a subscriber update. I'm not 100% sure right now. Or it will be me actually putting the motor in my truck, which would also be nice. I just want to do a quick disclaimer on the guy with the Bronco. I know, so when we originally did the deal, I went to his house, checked it out, and everything. And then he never told me he needed the rear end. And then, well, no, sorry. He told me that he needed the rear end. And then I'm like, okay, then I'm not giving you the snowmobile. And then when he came to drop off the Bronco, he said, you know what, you can just keep the rear end. Which I was already getting the major short end of the stick, and now it's even worse. I'm trying to sell the Bronco right now for $1,000 to recoup a little bit of money. I had $5,000 into the Cadillac. I have $50 into the Bronco. But then he was like, you can just keep the rear end. And like I said, it was welded in anyway. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I have 2 witnesses to that was standing in my yard when he said that. 3, actually. And then he texted me, which we did this deal. Well, when you guys see this video, it'll be like over a month. But for now, it's 3 weeks ago. Then he messaged me. He was like, hey, have you gotten that rear end out yet? And I said, no. He said I didn't need it. He was like, oh, I never said that. And then he was like, I'll come down and take it out. And I didn't reply to him. And then about a couple of days ago now, he texted me and he was like, hey, have you gotten time to take out the rear end? Obviously, this guy's suffering for some mental problems, obviously. And I said, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I made up some excuse just to get him off my back. I said that it's in police impound because I'm not arguing with the guy or anything. I said, hey, it's in police impound. They impounded it, whatever. He was like, well, this guy's at my house and he's pissed and all of this stuff. And I'm like, that's not my problem. And then he said, well, are you going to come up with another one or are you going to come up with the money? And I said, I'm not coming up with shit. This is your problem. And he was like, that guy paid me $600 for that rear end because it had chromoly axles. It doesn't have chromoly axles. And he's like, the guy's getting the police involved. Which, as for legal standing, that has nothing to do with me. That is between him and that guy. Because I have a bill of sale stating for the Bronco as shown. So he has absolutely no legal standing. And I don't even, like I said, I have 3 witnesses that say he said, keep the rear end. Because I was kind of shocked when he said it, like when he dropped off the Bronco. So I just wanted to get into that a little further so I don't look like the asshole. And like I said, thank you guys for watching this video. Not sure what next week's video will be. If it will be putting the motor in my truck, which will hopefully I'm putting it in tomorrow, or a subscriber update. And the Bronco is not in my yard right now. It is, like I said, stashed because I don't want him coming to my house and seeing it or doing something or whatever. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next one.